Welcome to Constructive Talks once again. I'm Lee Wright, the author of the My Bubble Opinion. And one of the things I wanted to talk about is the past, our past, the existing past in our space. And I wanted to call it the title I'm thinking, how our past shapes our present. Well, or shaping our past to exist in harmony with our present. There you go. Shaping our past to exist in harmony with our present. So let's talk about that for a hot second. Shaping our past. And one of the things is that our past can't be dismissed. It exists. It's alive. It walks, it rattles, it sleeps with us, it hugs us, it puts us in the headlock at times. It creates that scary movie in our minds, like one of the episodes I talked about and discussed. It's a reality in our present. So how do we understand that reality can be shaped? Well, one of the ways is just know that the past doesn't change because it's already gone. The other part is what in our past was pain. Pain. And pain induced upon us, and pain self-induced by us, pain that materializes from triggers, pain that we processed in a manner to cause mental oppression. Now, hold on. I always do 180. Now, it's a lot of pleasures in our past as well. Birth of children. Amazing experiences, promotions, birthdays, Christmases. I say Christmases because that's a part of our past and present. Holidays, right? Kwanzaa's. So let's say this right here. Say the amazing experiences. What do we normally do with that? What do we do with an amazing past experience? It usually makes us feel nice and warm inside and allows us to smile. It allows us to, our eyes get squinchy and we're like, oh man, that was, we kind of look up in the sky and the clouds or the ceiling and just reminisce of those amazing times, right? So now let's say, there you go. It is some amazing past experiences as well as painful. What do we do with those, and how do we shape them from a perspective of, I want to use the word empowerment, but we're not always powerful in our decision making. We're not always powerful as we process information. Sometimes we just weak. Sometimes we need support and help. Sometimes we just need somebody to listen and understand what we are going through or have gone through. And we tell those stories of our pain, right? A lot of times, a lot of our story consists of painful or, let me stop using pain. Let me say experiences that were not so joy-filled from our past. Let me say it like that because I want to it's all about making sure we shape it, right? So let's use words that shape. So experiences that were not so positive or good in our past, and maybe not filled with joy. How do we think about those in our stories? What makes us tell those stories when we want somebody to understand where we come from? Now, understand now, hold on. Now, where we come from when we tell the stories of what shaped us. Or tell the stories of, and I'll say red flags, just for universal understanding. The things we won't do, the things we won't tolerate, or the things we may see in others that exist or may not exist, but exist as a figment of our imagination, because that experience from our past makes us shape that person or that thing into that scary movie. So how do we shape that past, man? Shape that past to be consumable in our present. And what I mean by consumable is it's good. It's good, man. You know, you go to that restaurant or you go in the kitchen, you cook that good dish, and ooh-wee, like, this is the best I ever tasted. I'm coming back here, or I'm cooking this again. What do we do with that? So I think out loud. So in thinking out loud, we go through this together, right? So this is a partnership between you and I. What do we do when we have an auto sensory or auto micro memory about an experience from our past? What is the mental process we go through to snatch it from the past and bring it right here and sit it in our lap and nurture it, to bring self-induced pain in our mind at that moment? I pause for effect because that takes some skill. And I'm not saying skill like we purposely practice it, but skill over time that we just embrace that process of our mind subconscious going through that. Because we're powerful people. Every one of us. We're powerful. You know, I think back in the day, say the mind is a terrible thing to waste. But the mind, I think, is a terrible thing to not evolve. Think about that. So we can evolve our minds with effort and self-patience and self-respect and self-love and self-understanding, knowing, hey, our situation might be unique, but everybody has a unique situation that not only should be respected, but not dismissed. Because if I can dismiss a situation, that means I hadn't went through anything in my life, which we know is not true. We all have experienced all of the emotional roller coasters of life. And everybody has their own way of processing that and digesting it based on just what they know how to do. What they know how to do. And that's one of the things I talk about, is making sure we got people around us that have skills and talent. Because they can snatch us up in the collar and say, let's go. What are you doing? I see the better you every time I see you. I see the amazing you when we talk. I see the brighter you in your eyes that blinds me to love you even more. I see that in you. Come on, let's go. Let's move them rocks to the side and stop kicking them for now. Let me support. Allow me to be the spark and the hug that you needed at this moment. You see? It's the process. How do we process our past and nurture it into our present? What do we do? See, I can't answer that for anyone. That's why I put the questions out there, because I think we should think about it. Just think about it. Say, hey, what do I do? Why do I allow my stories of pain or disappointment or lost expectation to be my inner drive to share, when I know for a fact we all have had joy? We have had joy, man. We have had smiles where it made our bellies hurt, get a headache, and say, woo! Stop playing. That was excellent. Yes. So how do we shape our past to be more self-inspirational without the pain or negative experience, but cling to the joyous experiences we had, and allow the pain or the negative experience we had to be an experience for growth, to be an experience to say, hey, that's not mine, to be an experience to say, hey, that was somebody else's, and I adopted it as my own. Because, man, when I see people walking, I see mature folks, because I can't say old folks because I'm one of them. I see us mature folks walking around, man. I see joy in people's stride. I see as people hold their heads up. I see as people go through. Man, you can see, hey, I'm kind of frustrated today. I can see that. And like I said before, you could say, hello, how are you doing? How's your day going? See, that's the joy within us that we all have, that we can spread out into our space. Say, hey, how are you doing? Stranger, how are you doing? How are you doing? Oh, you good today? How you doing? That shirt looks amazing. Wow. Just alone, man, could cause somebody to snap out of it for a hot second and say thank you for caring for me for nothing and without explanation. I appreciate you. So I say, as we shape our past and nurture it into our present, let's think about the things that we mentally gravitate towards to allow us to implement in our decision process for our joy, our happiness. So I say to you, hey, thank you for tuning in to Constructive Talks. Make sure you get that book, My Bubble Opinion, this series, 5-book series. And I look forward to talking to you again. Hey, go have a blast. Not only make your day, but make somebody else's day to share your space. Bye-bye.